There's one secret that turns a good ad into a great ad. Most ads don't do it, and that's typically why they fail. Hi, I am Ed Madman, as I like to say. Am I a madman? That's up for you to decide. But the name, just so you know, actually comes from Madison Avenue, which is where advertising, for all intents and purposes, in Madison Avenue, New York City. That's pretty much where advertising was born years back. That's where the show Mad Men, if you've seen it on AMC with John Hamm playing Don Draper, the illustrious creative director during this, in I think it was the 60s that it was set in. That's really where things took off in the advertising world. Because they understood human behavior and they really tapped into the psychology that goes along with it. You would be amazed, and I'm going to break a lot of that down, not in this video, but in videos to come, of like the psychology that goes into advertising and how important it is. That's how you level up your creative. That's how I hate the term 10x it, but that's how you 10x your creativity. And that's what we're going to be doing on this channel. All about understanding human behavior by looking at ads. I'm going to look at the best ads and some of the worst ads, the good, the bad, the ugly, and like I said, the painfully expensive. You're like, whoa, good God, that was not only bad, but they wasted a lot of money, and heads were a rolling on that one. We'll break those down. So today we're going to kick things off with a Super Bowl commercial that I wrote. I can't believe this is 6 years ago already, but since it's Super Bowl Sunday in a couple of days, by the time you're watching this, it's actually Super Bowl Sunday. So the Pats win. I hope so. Let's go. But anyways, I'm going to show you why this commercial worked, psychology behind it, talking about the insight, which is the most important thing. That's the secret. We're going to get into that. Okay. And one decision that could have changed the course of this commercial altogether, and honestly would have killed it, potentially. So let's rock and roll, shall we?
Oh, look at this guy.
Yeah, look at this guy. All right, by the way, I'm going to butcher the Boston accent. Some people will say that in the comments. Feel free. I know I am, but I mean no disrespect. I absolutely love Boston. My dad's side's from Boston. So I grew up in LA, but I grew up cheering for the Celtics and the Sox and the Pats and the Bruins and all of them. So anyways, I'll get more into that later. But look at this guy. The guys who can't park the car or having trouble parking the car is the guy, the driver there, and the passenger are both Mark Wahlberg's brothers. Robert Wahlberg in the driver's seat, Arthur Wahlberg in the passenger seat. Both really just true gents, man. Everyone who worked on the spot is freaking fantastic. Absolutely love them.
Hey, Rachel, how are you?
Hey, good. How are you?
He's not getting that car in there.
No, sir.
Look at these two troublemakers.
Hey, Johnny, how are you?
Wicked car. Is that new?
Yeah, it's a Sonata. Let me pack it.
Oh, you're not fitting your car in there.
Chris, stop being a smarty pants, all right? Look who's got Smaht Pahk.
Smaht Pahk?
Just hit the clicker, car packs itself.
It's smart.
It's wicked smart, and I can pack it anywhere.
How about Dorchester?
Packed it.
Foxborough.
Packed it.
The Garden?
Packed it.
Saugus?
Packed it.
Swampscott?
Revere?
The Harbor?
Are you kidding me? I packed it and then unpacked it.
You unparked it?
Kid.
Game changer.
That Sonata ain't got no driver.
That's all right. He's got Smaht Pahk.
Hey, you can back there.
He's got Smaht Pahk!
Hey, whoa, it's Big Poppy.
Wicked smart.
This is a ghost car.
A better way to park. Only available on the all-new Sonata with remote smart parking assist.
Sorry about that, your bigness. Did you guys know he lived there?
I had no idea.
Yeah, they had no idea Poppy lived there.
Look at this guy.
He didn't, but that's okay. Anyway, so that's the breakdown of the spot. Now, what is the one thing the secret that I talked about, right? What is that? What is that secret? Can anybody guess? Well, you can't talk to me right now. So anyway, it is what is known as the insight. Okay, insight, for those of you who are new to this or even not, is very simply, what is that universal truth? What is that human behavior that you can latch on to the benefit of the brand to really elevate the thinking and creativity? Let me break that down. What does that mean? Well, we're all humans, right? We're all consumers. We all consume. We all have behaviors, right? So what is the insight in this? What is the human behavior that we attach to this? Well, simple. People suck at parking. People suck at driving, let alone parking, but they don't know how to park a car. How many times have you gone somewhere where somebody's parked like an a-hole over the line and you have to kind of squeeze in? Or how many times have you parked perfectly and no other cars around you, and by the time you come out of the coffee shop or whatever it is, someone is parked next to you like a jerk and you're doing the side shimmy, trying to get in the car, hoping you don't scratch your car or your car, and you're getting in there and you got the coffee and you're like spilling or trying not to spill on yourself. How many times does that happen? To all of us, right? So the whole point of the commercial was to show, hey, you know what? There's a human behavior and insight. People are terrible at parking. And what is the benefit you can connect that to? Well, the benefit is with remote smart parking assist, just hit the clicker, car parks itself, goes forward and backward. So if you're stuck, you pull it out. If it's a tight spot, you pull it in the way John Krasinski showed over here, right? So as you can see, as he said.
Hey, Rachel, how are you?
Two packet.
Hey, Johnny, how are you?
Wicked car. Is that new?
Yeah, it's a Sonata. Let me pack it.
Oh, you're not fitting your car in there.
Chris, stop being a smarty pants, all right?
See, and all good advertising solves a problem. It's all creative problem solving. That's all an ad is. What is the problem? Connected to the insight once again. People suck at parking. So he's got to get his car in there because he's going to go hang out with them and have coffee or do whatever they're going to do, right? Hey, Chris, John, you can get your car in there. He's like, oh, yeah? Oh, watch this.
Look who's got Smaht Pahk.
Look who's got Smaht Pahk. See, and that's the solution. So problem solved. This is the solution, okay? With smartpark, he goes forward and backwards. And then now he explains it. Okay, what is the benefit? That's fantastic. Well, let's explain it a little bit more.
SmahtPahk?
Just hit the clicker, car packs itself.
It's smart.
It's wicked smart. And I can pack it anywhere.
How about Dorchester?
And then we start rattling off. This is where it gets fun. It's like, well, you can park it anywhere. You can take it anywhere. Into a Bostonian, anywhere is anywhere within the New England area, right? So we can park it here, park it there. And we just went with a little rapid fire. What's it called? Abbott and Costello style, back and forth. And we started bringing in other characters into the fold as well.
That Sonata ain't got no driver.
That's not Ain't Got No Driver. That is the one and only Tony V. Tony, if you're watching this, much love, my brother. Hope you're doing well. Charlestown, Massachusetts' finest, one of the best comedians. He's absolutely freaking hilarious, an absolute diamond of a guy. He's been in The Town. He's been in a bunch of movies. He's actually the umbrella twirler on Seinfeld. If you know, you know. Anyway, absolute gem of a guy.
That's all right. He's got
Big Pop.
And then we got Big Papi, obviously, David Ortiz. Come on now. Well, the man is bigger than life, and every single person in this commercial was associated with Massachusetts one way or another, and that was really key for us. Authenticity was absolutely paramount. So now I'm gonna get into actually what is the one thing that almost killed it, the commercial, or potentially could have. Right? Thankfully, it didn't. The executives at Hyundai were absolutely amazing. They're fabulous throughout the entire process. And one of them was wondering, can we just shoot this in LA? Why do we have to shoot it in Boston? It's obviously going to be expensive and this and that. And they were just asking. They weren't trying to say not to do it. But, the point of view was obviously, and I completely understand, trying to save a little bit of money, right? Commercials are absolutely very expensive, especially for the Super Bowl. Just for the Super Bowl this year, it's $10 million for a 30-second buy. 6 years ago, I want to say it was $7 million, I believe it was. This was a 60-second spot, so do the math. So a lot of money was spent on, on the talent, on the director, on production, on the set, the whole thing. So they're trying to save a little bit of money potentially. Hey, can we shoot this in LA? And the answer was absolutely not. Absolutely not. We cannot. Yes, we could have done it, but how do you have a Boston-themed commercial shot in LA? On a sound set, it ruins the authenticity. It would absolutely take it away. Again, everybody's basically from there. John Krasinski, Chris Evans, the wonderful Rachel Dratch from SNL. They're all born and raised in the Boston area. Even our directors from Massachusetts. David Ortiz, the only one not actually born, and like I said, Tony V was, but David Ortiz is the only one that was not in Boston, not from Boston. But the man is an absolute god walking through the streets of Boston or anywheres in the New England area because of what he did for the Red Sox. So he gets a pass. Fun little fact too. You see he's up in the window right there. Across from him at the adjacent window at the other building, there was a lady who was like this watching the entire time. And once David Ortiz was done with his part, when he went down there was a bunch of kids in his jerseys waiting for him, and he signed a bunch of autographs, took pictures. He's just an absolute gem of a guy. He's a freaking teddy bear. What you see of him on TV is how he is in real life. By the way, the name Big Papi, not just a clever name. The man is absolutely massive, but he's bigger than life, and his heart is as big as his stature, from what we encountered. So, really great guy. So, anyway, that's the authenticity and all that. Now I actually wanted to talk about something really interesting, in case for those of you who actually do care, was the backstory. By the way, I'm going to be editing or try to edit. I'm new at this stuff. I'm not new at advertising. I've been doing it 20 years. Been teaching for 10 at ad school in Los Angeles, called the Bookshop. But you see there's like a shadow right now. I don't know what's going on, so I apologize for that. That stuff will get taken care of at some point. But any case, how did this commercial come about? A lot of people have asked me, like, what was the origin? How did it happen? Well, we were being briefed, and the commercial was for, hey, it's a 2020 Hyundai Sonata, and the feature we're really trying to tout is remote smart parking assist, which is kind of a mouthful, and we were constantly coming up with a bunch of ideas, and me being a massive, Celtics fan, Boston's always top of mind with my Celtics. I growing up watching the Celtics and stuff with my dad. So it was about 4:30-ish, 4:30 p.m. And after a full day of concepting, coming out with ideas, my partner had to go pick up his son. And I'm like, you know what? I got about a 2-hour drive home. I'm going to put on League Pass and watch a little bit of Celtics game for about 20 minutes. Kill some traffic for a bit, go home, and then continue working from there. So I did. When I put on the game, I wasn't even thinking about the commercial at that time. I just wanted to cleanse the mental palate, if you will. And at the time on the Celtics, there was a gentleman named Marcus Smart, who you can see here. Actually, it pains me to say he's a Laker now, but that's not his fault. Regardless, his name was serendipitously Smart. We're talking about remote smart, so we're to see the connection. And then this guy, Tommy Heinsohn, who was an absolute Boston Celtics legend, not only a legendary player, he played with Bill Russell and those guys, winning more titles than he has. Well, Russell does. He had almost as many rings as fingers, Heinsohn, but he was also he was a coach, and he was a commentator, the play-by-play guy for years. And his thick Boston accent, honorary guy, known for yelling at the refs, absolutely love it. God rest his soul. And Marcus Smart dives on the ball in this game, as he does, and Tommy Heinsohn was nuts, like, what a play by Smaht! Smaht is everywhere! Butchered that, by the way. But the second I heard Smaht, I remembered all the old, contrived, pocket cat and Harvard Yard, or whatever people say, right? I'm like, oh my gosh, that's how they say Pahk. That's how they say Ka. That's how they say Smaht. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I went into my Google Doc, just wrote Smaht Pahk, drove home, and as I was driving 2 hours, 2-hour drive home, I was mulling over thoughts and scenarios and this and that. Went home, wrote the first script, went into the boss's office the next day, and this is what we have. One of the reasons, and to their credit, they immediately saw promise in it, and then we revised and revised and revised and revised again, and when we're done revising, we revised again, but which is part of the process, which is so fun. And then what you see is the end result of that, and getting these celebrities on board was absolutely fantastic. Every single one of them was just awesome. You hear horror stories of some celebs, unfortunately, like, oh, they look great. Behind the scenes, they weren't so nice. No, it could not have been nicer. We didn't have a ton of interaction with them, but what we did was more than pleasant. But they were mic'd, so you can hear them talking and stuff, and they were just banter. It was just really cool. Rachel Dratch, we had more time with. Who's just the sweetest lady of all time, and one of the smartest women. Oh my gosh, she read the script and I'll react to this one at another time as well, for the teaser that we did. And she read the script one time, put it behind her back, and absolutely nailed it. I'm like, oh my gosh, she's amazing and just funny as hell. So everyone's awesome. So anyway, that's what this channel is about. It's gonna be diagnosing, going through commercials, and it was a fun commercial, and it was my dad unfortunately passed, so this was not only a tribute to him, it was a love letter to the city that he absolutely loved more than anything. And then when him and his family immigrated, we're Armenian. Our family's from Iran though, so we're Persian Armenian. With my family, my dad's side, when they immigrated from Iran, went to Massachusetts and lived in Boston or Belmont, right outside. So that this one's special. So it was a great thing. So anyway, I just wanted to tell you all that. This is what we did. This is why it worked. It's very simple. Why did it work? And I'll jump into that again really quickly. So I'm kind of all over the place. I'm still learning, so bear with me. Learning this part anyway. I guess I should say is it had a clear benefit. Without a benefit, you don't have an ad. Okay, what is a benefit? The simplest way to know what a benefit is with one question: what's in it for me? That's it. What are you getting out of it? What's the consumer getting out of it? What's the benefit of this feature? Well, it helps you park the car. Why? Based on the insight of the human behavior, people suck at parking. People can't drive, right? This solves that problem. So very simple. And advertising is nothing more than creative storytelling that solves a problem. That's it. And that's why a lot of ads don't work, is because they don't tap into that human behavior. They don't tap into that insight. They're too busy just trying to, I don't even know what some of them are doing, checking boxes that are on the brief. They're not, maybe this, a lot of the times the strategy, not a lot of the time, every single time, the strategy is what drives the creative. Without a great strategy, without a great insight, creative is just cool stuff on a screen. It's entertainment. That's all it is. That's it. So keep that in mind as you're watching these commercials. So that's it for right now. I'm Eddie the Madman. I have to do this part. Like it if you like it, like this, get it. Subscribe for more, because I'm going to be putting out a bunch of videos. Like I said, not just the great ones. I'm going to be doing some of the bad ones and breaking them down, because I want you to learn how to do this for yourself too. And I'm going to be teaching that. I have a course that's going to be coming out very shortly on how to do it and how to, I hate the term 10x your creativity, but that's really what it is. How to take table stakes thinking and elevate it with strategy. And the beauty of it is, it doesn't matter if it's a Hyundai, it doesn't matter if it's a Celsius energy drink, a Wrigley gum, or you yourself are a personal brand, right? And if you're an influencer or whatever, and you have your own brand, or you're starting your own brand and you don't have money for advertising and all that stuff, how do I do this? How do I create all my own content? Like, yeah, you can ask ChatGPT to help with hooks and all that fun stuff, but you really have to understand, like, what is that insight? What am I trying to say? Who am I trying to connect to? I can help you with that. So anyway, I would also like you to comment. Is there a commercial that you want me to react to? Put it in. Let's go. Let's rock and roll. If you have any other questions about the commercial, about this commercial, feel free fire away. And if I can answer it, or am I allowed to answer it, I will. If not, I won't. But until then, this is Eddie the Madman signing off, and I'll see you guys later. Did the Pats win? I hope so. All right. Peace.